Stand, waiting to unfurl that green flag. They'll pick it up out of turn number 4. Green flag flies and we are racing. And it is Dixon jumping into the lead in the red number 33. Here comes Chamberlain gliding underneath Wilcox to grab second. Steve Dixon, your race leader in the red 33. Chamberlain and Wilcox going wheel to wheel for spots 2 and 3. Off of turn number 2, it is still Dixon, your race leader. Chamberlain for the moment has held off Wilcox. Oaks riding in 4th. And caution on the speedway. We have a problem in turn number 1. Kirk Mohawk in the 19 has come to a halt. Drifting to the outside. Trying to drop it down low as Chamberlain tries to sneak it down under the green flag. We are racing once again. Dixon trying to pitch coming out of turn number 2. Chamberlain not giving up. He's going to try to get that nose downstairs into turn number 3 one more time. They'll swing it off of turns 3 and 4. Dixon and Chamberlain running a tight 1-2.
Chamberlain pulls out there. Dixon closed the door one more time. It turns 1 and 2 there. Wilcox still sets back there in that number 3 spot. Oaks now up to 4. Chamberlain still not giving up. Going to try running right down on that curving at the bottom and the inside. Back into turns 1 and 2 there. It is still Dixon out front there. Got about a half a car length there. Not much breathing room here out over the 0-2.
Chamberlain's still digging, trying to see if he can make something happen downstairs, but he's going to need Dixon to make a bobble of some sort. Dixon's looking pretty strong out there. Wilcox is lying in wait in 3rd place in the 1W. If there's any kind of a contact between the lead duo, Wilcox is going to be there to pounce. Off of turn number 4, it is still Dixon, Chamberlain, and Wilcox. 5 laps in the books, 10 remaining to be run. Oaks riding in 4th, and the 15 of Austin rounding out your top 5 at the moment.
Dixon just like in a heat race. Nice and smooth off of 4. Lets her float into 1 and 2. Chamberlain bulldogging that one right at the bottom of the racetrack, running through the bumps there, looking for closing room, looking for some extra bite on the bottom side. Wilcox fading to a little bit, about 3 or 4 car lengths back there. Chamberlain taking a good look off before that time, but couldn't get the bite he needed there to get it up the inside on Dixon here. This time by, we're going to go halfway down, halfway to go.
We're halfway home in this one. The cross flags being shown. And it is Dixon and Chamberlain continuing to slug it out at the front end of the field. Wilcox about 5 car lengths back, and caution showing on the speedway. Problems in turn number 3. The 33 of Josh Canfield in trouble. The top side of turn number 3. He drifts up the middle of the track. Chamberlain trying to cross down underneath. Green flag flies. Chamberlain bounced the berm coming off of turn 4. Chamberlain is going to dig down to that inside for all it's worth. He's going to try again. Dixon knows that where Chamberlain's trying to run. Dixon trying to keep his car downstairs as well. Now here comes Wilcox trying to get a run on Chamberlain for second.
But turn number 4 looks again in 1 and 2. Oaks is set right there in the number 4 spot. He's looking for an opportunity. He'd like to move up a spot or 2. But still out front, it's Dixon in the 33 there. Chamberlain holding down that number 2 spot there, but lots of pressure from the Wilcox 1W machine. Off of turn number 2. Dixon starting to open up the gap. Wilcox now takes a good run off the bottom side. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Maybe problems with Chamberlain.
Yeah, Chamberlain is visibly slowing out there. Tough break for Chamberlain in the 0-2. And we can see what the issue is. There's some issues with the right front on the 0-2 of Chamberlain. As laps winding down, and we're going to go to yellow. The Chamberlain car is slowing well off the pace at this point.
Coming out of the pits right now, and Wilcox also trying to take a peek to the bottom side off the board. Couldn't quite get the job done there, but he's peeking again down in 1 and 2. But it's Dixon out front there. Wilcox running second. Third is Oaks. Coming down here, we got 3 laps to go. Does Wilcox have anything for your leader? Chamberlain back out there, starting back. Getting a slow rolling start. They're going to have to try catching the field here. We've got the popsicle sticks in the air. We're going to go 2 more times around. 2 more times around here at the Freedom Raceway Park. Again, Dixon one more time down the back straightaway now opens up a good gap there. Oaks may be closing a little bit on the Wilcox machine. Chamberlain just doesn't seem to have the hook up the bite he had earlier as he's still having trouble trying to get to the field. But it's Dixon out front. Wilcox now about 6 car lengths back, about 3 more back. We're looking at checkers this time as they swing it off a turn 4. It'll be Dixon with the 33. Wilcox, Oaks, 15, 33, and 02.
Steve, good run down here. Early on, Mr. Chamberlain was giving a little bit of a run down on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, I never really saw him, on a racetrack like this, kind of take it a little easy. I had my wife giving me signals tonight and not my cousin who usually does because he's not here tonight. So I wasn't really sure how close anybody was to me because, that means her signals are way different than my cousin's. So, but I knew we had a pretty good car and knew we could pick it up if we needed to stay out front. So, but we had a pretty good car tonight.
How about some thank yous to folks that make your winning efforts possible?
Tom McFall owns the car. Dick Young always helps out. Munchie's Dining in Eldred got the best breakfast sandwiches you'll ever have. 50 Built thing I do on TikTok, so everybody go check that out. CRS and 9055, get all your, race car parts there, take care of you, and 955 Automotive.
All right, Steve, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Steve Dixon, the winner of your Rush Pro Modified feature race tonight. He will enjoy Victory Lane, and coming up next will be the Rush Stocks for their 15-lap feature race. I'm going to send